Welcome back to cooking with us here at Pez Cantina. We're doing a surf and turf molcajete today, which has chorizo and carnitas and nopales or cactus and shrimp in a delicious broth. First, we're going to start with a very hot sauce pot. We're going to add a little bit of oil to it, no matter the oil, olive oil or some kind of canola oil. Add the crumbled chorizo to this and cook it till it's brown, followed by about a half pound of cooked carnitas you want to put in there and just brown them up. Now we're adding some chicken stock, nice and gelatinous chicken stock. We're going to bring that to a boil and season it. In the meanwhile, we're adding some outside skirt steak, which we've marinated in olive oil and vinegar and salt and garlic, a little bit of pepper, followed by some shrimp, salt and pepper shrimp, and some cactus petal. Back to the broth, we're adding some pre-boiled baby potatoes and some baby tomatoes. We're going to heat those through just until they start kind of falling apart a little bit. Then we're going to add a little bit of salsa negra, one of our most famous salsas at Pez Cantina, followed by the juice of one lime. Really important fresh lime. I always emphasize that. We're going to season the broth with salt and pepper. Now we're checking the grill to make sure everything's looking tasty over here. Shrimp are looking pretty good on one side. We're going to flip those bad boys over. Check out those scallions. Going to flip those guys over. Put a little char on them. It's important that the cactus, you cook it pretty well through. Otherwise, it can get what some might call in Spanish kind of baboso, or a little slimy kind of texture. So you want to cook those pretty well. Cook the skirt steak to medium rare. Now we're slicing it thin. We're going to set those aside, and we're going to put those on the rim of the molcajete once we've filled it. We're going to start filling the molcajete now. The molcajete was in a 500-degree oven, so it gets blazing hot. Now you can see it's boiling in there. Really important. That boil will actually maintain for about 15 or 20 minutes, believe it or not. We're going to serve the molcajete with handmade tortillas. Nothing is better than just dipping a rolled handmade tortilla into the broth or making a little taco. You see, we're putting the steak on the rim. We're going to dip a half of a lime wedge also in some Pez powder and pop that on the rim, along with the 4 shrimp. And now we're laying those beautiful grilled cactus petals along the rim, beautifully decorated. We're going to put a big old hunk of grated jack cheese right in the middle, but you're welcome to put whatever you would like. When all this comes together, you see it's just a bubbling cauldron of love, deliciousness. Look at that, just boiling. Really a meal for a king.